All right, so we're revisiting, looking at patterns of numbers and how they relate to each other. And as I might have hinted at in the last couple lessons, we're going to start using these number patterns that we come up with to graph so we can actually see the relationships between them. So before we do that, just in case some students might need this, we're going to do a warm up and go over what ordered pairs are and how to identify those. So we have 3 points here on our coordinate plane. Remember, the coordinate plane is this grid system here, but an ordered pair are the x and y values of these points. So we have point A, that's at 0, or this 0 right here, and we call that the origin, and the origin's coordinates are 0, 0. And I'll put x up here and y, just another reminder for that. B is we go over 3 and up 2, so that's 3, 2. And C is over 6 and up 4, so that is 6, 4 for that. Remember, the first one tells you where to move on the x-axis. The second number tells you where to move on the y. All right, so go ahead and open up to page 691. Should see a toy plane up there at the top. So the Scouts are making model vehicles. They have a choice of making a model plane or a model boat. The material for each plane costs $2. The materials for each boat costs $4. Write two patterns to show the cost for making 0 to 4 of each type of vehicle. Graph points in the coordinate plane, shown here on the right. For your books, it'll be on the left, though, and show a relationship between those terms or the patterns. So the first thing to do is to create a table to help us kind of organize our information. So do 2 vertical lines and then 1 horizontal line. And I'm just going to put the word made. This is going to be the number of boats and planes we're going to make. So we're going to 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the cheaper of the two is a plane, and more expensive is the boat. Okay, so if you don't build any planes or boats, that's easy. It's $0. For one plane, that's $2. 2 is 4. 3 would be 6, and 4 planes would be 8. If you built one boat, that would be 4. 2 would be 8. 3 would be 12, and 4 would be 16. And what we can do is we can use these corresponding terms to kind of map out the plane and the boat. So for example, I'm going to have 0, 0. Oh, shoot, I should do this first. Sorry about that. We need to label what these axes are going to be. So this down at the bottom is number made, number of vehicles made, and over here is going to be the cost. So if you label that in your notes, that'd be great. Okay, so let's start with planes. I'm going to do those in red. I've got 0, 0. We've got one made for $2. If we make 2, that's 4. If we make 3, that's 6. If we make 4, that's 8. So we've got that. So these are all the planes. It just shows a relationship between those. And I'm going to label that planes. Now that leaves us, I'll do in green. These will be the boats. So basically I'm going to use the 0, 0 for the boat. And then 1, 4. 1 made is $4. 2 made is $8. 3 made is 12. And 4 made is 16. And then that creates a different line. So you can see that the relationship between how much they're made and how much they cost is a little steeper, which just means it's more expensive. But this shows visually which one's going to be more cost effective. So uh, a lot of people do this for business and kind of see if it's worth building the things they do that they sell, see if things are cost effective. So this is more real life math that is actually out there and used. All right, go ahead and turn the page. You can use a table to list the terms of the patterns. We actually did do that. We created a table that looked like this. The only thing we didn't make was like these ordered pairs over here that we'll come back and talk to in a minute. But basically these ordered pairs come from these coordinates. It's comparing the costs of all these. So if you notice, one is the X and one is the Y. But we'll come back to those further down the page. But yeah, tables are very effective and basically the best way to go about it and organize your work. You can use a graph to model a relationship between corresponding terms. The coordinate plane shows a relationship between the cost of planes, which are here, and the cost of boats. The first two ordered pairs from the table above are shown on the coordinate plane. That's true. One's right here. While we're at it, let's look up at the ordered pairs for under model it. So it already did 0, 0 and 2, 4. Let's do 4 and 8. Let's do 6 and 12. And let's do 8 and 16. And let's connect those. And that's the relationship between the cost of planes and the cost of boats. So it's a combination of both. We'll come back to this in a second. We can glance back at it when we answer these questions on page 693. Okay, look at the table in the first model. What does the ordered pair 4, 8 represent? Well, the X is cost of building two planes. Now you may be thinking, well, planes are $2 each, but that's true. So if you build two, that's going to be $4. That's where that 4 comes from. And the Y is cost of building two boats. And that would be $8. How do the corresponding terms in the ordered pair 4, 8 compare? If you look at it, it's pretty simple that we know that the cost of boats is twice the cost of planes. The first two ordered pairs in the table are graphed in the coordinate plane. Plot the other three ordered from the three pairs from the table in the graph. Did that. Connect the points to the graph to the second model. Explain what you see. It's a straight line. Straight lines on the coordinate planes let us know that there's a direct relationship. Straight line, not plane. Straight line. Describe how to move along grid lines from one point to another. We move right 2, and then move up 4. And that's for every point there. Later on, when you start learning about it, you'll learn that that's something called a slope, and can come out as a fraction form, but that's for next year for 6th grade math. All right, go ahead and turn the page. We are skipping 6, and I'm also skipping 7. I don't like this problem because the graph doesn't really work well with the data they want us to plot. It's confusing, so skip 7. Let's do 8. In the school store, pencils are sold in packages of 6. Write 5 ordered pairs made up of corresponding terms of these two patterns. based on selling 0 to 4 packages of pencils. So for pattern A, it's the number of packages sold. We're just going to say for 1. For every 1 package, there's 6 pencils in each. So those are important numbers for us. Because basically it means this. If you have 0 packages, you have 0 pencils. If you have 1 package, you have 6. If you have 2 packages, you have 12. If you have 3, you have 18. And if you have 4, you have 24. So that helps us see the pattern between those two. And the ordered pairs are 0, 0, 1, 6, 2, 12, 3, 18, and 4, 24. Just like that. And lastly, Madeline and Javier graphed order pairs using the terms from the patterns they made. Madeline made the number pattern of 0, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Javier made a number pattern with terms that were 3 times corresponding terms of Madeline. So let's figure that out. We're going to count Madeline's numbers as our X. So I have 0, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And Javier's will be Y. And the rule for this is 3 times the corresponding term. So basically, for everything that Madeline put down, we'll multiply by 3. 0 times 3 is 0. 1 times 3 is 3. 9, 15, 21, and 27. And now what we have here are ordered pairs. I'm just circling these to make them easier to kind of point out. And lucky for us, if we look at here, we've got this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So we basically answered that with A. So that's how we came up with the points for that. Okay, so your assignment for today is we're moving right along with IXL. We're going to S3, complete an increasing number sequence. So you have to figure out the pattern for those and then put in the numbers for those. I went through this and I felt that 70% was fair. These will take a little bit of time to figure out, and I think it would be decent just to go for a bronze medal today. So just go for the bronze at 70%, and that should be good.